Welcome to this new video. Subscribe to the channel and you can request for free ebook at englishconchannel@gmail.com. If necessary, activate YouTube translation. Let's get started.
Olympic Games. Cheering for my country. This means supporting or encouraging the athletes or teams that represent one's nation in a sport event. I was cheering for my country when they won the gold medal in soccer. What they were like in ancient times. This means how something or someone was in the past, especially in a very old period of history. I wonder what they were like in ancient times, when they lived in caves and hunted animals. They originated in ancient Greece. This means they started or came from a region in southeastern Europe that was the cradle of Western civilization and culture thousands of years ago. The Olympic Games originated in ancient Greece and were part of a religious festival. They were held every 4 years in Olympia. This means they took place or occurred regularly at an interval of 4 years, in a sacred site in the Peloponnese where the ancient Olympic Games were held. They were held every 4 years in Olympia, until they were banned by the Roman Emperor in 393 AD. To be allowed to attend, this means to have the permission or right to go to or be present at something. Only men, boys, and unmarried girls were allowed to attend the ancient Olympic Games. Married women were barred and could be thrown off a mountain if they sneaked in. This means married women were prohibited or forbidden from entering or participating in something, and they could face a severe punishment or death if they tried to do so secretly or without permission. Married women were barred and could be thrown off a mountain if they sneaked in the ancient Olympic Games because they were considered impure and disrespectful to the gods. That's harsh. This means that's cruel, unfair, or severe. That's harsh. How can they treat her like that? The winners received olive wreaths. This means the winners or champions of a competition or contest were given or awarded a circular band made of olive branches, which symbolized victory and honor. The winners received olive wreaths and were celebrated as heroes in their hometowns. Pagan festivals. This means religious or cultural celebrations that are not related to or based on the main or dominant religions of the world, such as Christianity, Islam, or Judaism. The ancient Olympic Games were pagan festivals that honored Zeus, the king of the gods in Greek mythology. Cheating. This means breaking the rules or being dishonest in order to gain an advantage or benefit in something. He was caught cheating on the exam and was expelled from school. Using banned substances and tampering with samples. This means taking or using illegal or prohibited drugs or chemicals that enhance one's performance or abilities in a sport, and altering or interfering with the tests or evidence that could detect or prove it. She was accused of using banned substances and tampering with samples, and was stripped of her medals and banned from the sport for life. Gentrification. This means the process or phenomenon of transforming a poor or rundown area into a more affluent or desirable one, often displacing the original residents or changing the character of the place. The Olympic Games have caused gentrification in some parts of the city, where new hotels, stadiums, and shops have replaced old houses, parks, and markets. Olympiad, a period of 4 years between 2 consecutive Olympic Games, used to date events in ancient Greece and modern times. The 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris will be the 33rd Olympiad. The 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris will be the 33rd Olympiad. Olympic motto, the official motto of the Olympic Games, which is Citius, Altius, Fortius, meaning faster, higher, stronger in Latin. It expresses the spirit of excellence and competition in sports. The Olympic motto inspires athletes to strive for their best and to cooperate with others. Olympic flame, the symbolic flame that is lit at the beginning of the Olympics and burns throughout the duration of the Games. It represents the continuity and connection between the ancient and modern Olympics. Before each edition of the Olympic Games, the flame is lit by the sun's rays during a ceremony held within the ruins of old Olympia, in a ceremony that builds a bridge to the spirit of the ancient Olympic Games. Olympic Anthem, the official musical theme of the Olympic Games, composed by Spiridon Samaras, and based on a poem by Kostas Palamas. It is played during the opening and closing ceremonies and when the Olympic flag is raised or lowered. The Olympic anthem was sung by a choir of children from different countries. Olympic values, the core principles and ideals that guide the Olympic movement, which are excellence, friendship, and respect. They promote the positive impact of sports on individuals and society. He demonstrated the Olympic values of excellence, friendship, and respect in his performance and attitude. Olympic disciplines, the subdivisions of sports that have their own events and rules. Swimming is a sport, but freestyle, backstroke, breaststroke, and butterfly are disciplines. She competed in 3 Olympic disciplines: freestyle, backstroke, and medley. Olympic venues, the facilities and locations where the Olympic events and ceremonies take place. They include stadiums, arenas, tracks, pools, courts, fields, and courses. The Olympic venues in Paris are expected to be ready by 2024. Olympic symbols, the visual elements that represent the Olympic Games, such as the 5 interlocking rings, the torch, the flag, the medals, and the mascots. They convey the values and identity of the Olympics. The Olympic symbols convey the values and identity of the Olympics.